Welcome back, Thunder fans, NBA lovers, subscribers. Obviously, a sad day for the back-to-back quest. Well, it's happened a few days ago now. I was actually on the road traveling on a filming trip, not for this channel, but another channel, and yeah, so I had to watch this game on the road. So I didn't really get a chance to do the last three games. I didn't really get a chance to do day by day updates. But yeah, the title defense and the back-to-back quest is sadly over. Obviously. I'm just going to run through the last three games pretty quickly. I'll focus more on Game 7 as opposed to the other two. But yeah, the dream is over. Wemby has ascended earlier than anyone could have probably possibly imagined. Anyway, look, let's go back. Game 5, Thunder went up, took a 3-2 lead in this series. Quite a convincing home victory. The bench played well. It was a great game for the Thunder. I'm not going to go into it too much because it's old news really now. Game 6, we go back to San Antonio and they give us an old school shellacking over in San Antonio land. A very heavily one-sided match sends us home to Game 7 in Oklahoma. So obviously I'm a little bit flat because the dream is over and it's not quite what I was hoping how I wanted our season to end. But we come home back to the Thunder and the Spurs jump us in the first quarter, a big lead. Double-digit lead, I believe, in the first quarter. We claw back. I believe we take like a 3 or 4 point lead sort of early third quarter. We trailed only by a few points at the half. I think we trailed by 7 at the half, which is probably fortunate considering the way we played. Took maybe a 3 or 4 point lead early in the third, and I thought, here we go. Then the Spurs go on yet another run, another double-digit lead. Then we closed to within, finished the third quarter strong, closed to within 3. And then the Spurs kind of owned the last quarter. There was some clutch three-point shooting from Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper, like everyone. It seems like just about every single Spurs player was able to hit a clutch three-ball. Champagne. It was just unreal, man. And the only person firing for the Thunder really in the fourth was Cason Wallace. SJ had a really good game. Probably his best shooting game of the series. He was dialed in, focused. He had no help from the starters, man. It was disappointing. Cason Wallace had a great game. He was the only really other player in starting lineup to stand up. You had Dort. I think he had 5 points. Isaiah Hartenstein might have had 8. Chet Holmgren, we all know what happened with him, man. He took 2 shots for the game. 2 shots for the game. 1 of 2 from the field, man. And 4 points, 2 free throws, 2 or 4 from the free throw line. He just pulled out the disappearing act, which obviously is getting a lot of attention in the media. Everyone's calling for his head. I'll get back to that in a minute. No help whatsoever. Obviously, no J-Dub, no AJ Mitchell. Primary ball handler was SGA. Alex Caruso. Look, he tried his best, but he shot terribly from the field. He tried to. His energy is best spent on defense, man. He can handle the ball, yes. He can be a spot-up 3-and-D, great 3-and-D player, but he was handling the ball way too much and, trying to create for himself, going to the bucket and expends too much energy where he doesn't need to, and it took away from his defensive intensity. So he wasn't as effective as he usually is in limited minutes. He had too much of a ball handling creator role for mine, and I think that cost us severely. I think if we had AJ or J-Dub, that would have been a hell of a different story. If we had them both, it would have even been more of a different story. But you can't sit there, dwell on injuries, make excuses. The Spurs beat us on our home court. They play well. Their starters they were all, I think, 17 plus points. They had a great game. Luke Cornett had probably the player of the game with a swat on Hartenstein after we actually got a steal. I guess the big takeaways from this game and even the series is going into this series, I really thought the Thunder's perimeter defense was going to be the difference. Their swarming defense, creating turnovers. And at the start of this series, they put Castle under a lot of pressure and he was averaging, I think he had 20 TOs in the first 2 games. Like he was really under pressure and he was turning the ball over a lot. But outside of Castle, they were looking after the ball quite well. And they kind of flipped the switch on us, man, because their perimeter defense was better than advertised, man. Like, I've watched the Spurs quite a lot this season and the playoffs, and their perimeter defense was excellent, but theirs was stifling. And I guess it was make a big difference when our secondary ball handler, and then even after AJ Mitchell went down, like we had almost no creator. So if they were able to just focus on SGA, funnel him kind of towards Wemby or towards the baseline, and SGA had a lot of turnovers. He was really limited. he had his field goal percentage was just horrible, man, for this series. Normally an efficient 50+% field goal shooter. He was in the 30s, man. They did such a fantastic job on him. But like I said, they were able to focus on him because we had limited ball handling going in with a lack of options. It is what it is, man. You also look back at the previous series when AJ Mitchell was firing, and SGA was quite well held by the Lakers as well. So not sure if something's not right with SGA. I'm not making excuses at all, but LA was able to limit SGA quite significantly also in the second round. We swept them obviously, but SGA wasn't himself in the second round. Maybe it was a little bit of that form carried on to this one. Obviously, I'm not taking anything away from the Spurs defense. That was remarkable, man. But big takeaways from this is Spurs defense is probably perimeter defense. We all knew what Wemby was going to do inside, and he did that. And not only he doesn't just shot blocks of shots, but he stops anyone from going anywhere near it. Someone beats their man, someone clips someone on a big screen or something. You get a step on someone. That go in, you don't even take a shot. You just dull it back out, and there goes 6 seconds of your offense, and you start again. And then you look at the Chet factor as well, man. Chet touched the ball. Very, very ineffective, very timid, and often when he'd get the ball, he'd muck around with it. There was a couple of 24-second shot clock violations in there. A couple of just completely messed up offensive sets when he wastes 10 seconds, kicks it out too late to get it just to heave up or just get a rubbish shot up. He really disrupted the offense with his lack of confidence and decisiveness. It was very traumatic for me, obviously, and I'm sure many other viewers. It was horrible to see. But look, kudos to the Spurs. They took round one of this series. This series of series, if that makes sense. We're going to meet again, obviously, in the future in the playoffs. Most likely West Finals, man. These two teams hopefully aren't going anywhere. To the Spurs, onto the Knicks. Look, they should take the Knicks out. I'd put them at 4-2 over the Knicks, but I don't know. A lot of people saying the Knicks can do it. The Knicks have got this 11-game win streak going. They're playing, some above board everything, offense, defense. They're all over the place. But who's stopping Wemby, man? Like, no offense. And Vassell, they're underrated. Vassell, Champagny, Castle, they're aggressive both ends of the floor. They're all kind of two-way players. Luke Cornett's a hell of a backup center. That's a very, very good team, man. I've got the Spurs winning 4-2. Wemby's going to be crowned a lot earlier than anyone anticipated. And I remember I said that this series would be historic, and a couple of people had a go at me saying, no, it's not. Neither of these teams, whoever loses this team, no one's going to rip the roster down. They're going to be back here next year. It's not historic at all. Well, it is, mate. So especially that fool that was bloody, it's been trolling me. It's incredibly historic, man, because Wembanyama's going to get a title his third year, man. It's ridiculous. And he's going to go from not making the playoffs to winning a championship. That's quite historic, mate. He puts up spastic 41 point, 24 rebound numbers in game one. Just an epic conference finals debut. And he's going to ascend to... Mate, he's going to be on another planet. If he wins his title, which he's favoured to do so, and I think he will, he goes to just another level, and he goes to God status, who he may never be taken down, man. He may win 6 straight NBA championships. Now, look, not if my boys have anything to say with it, but just saying, you get a rising... alien, the next thing, the chosen one, you get him up on the top, man. Look at Mike, man, what he did. He gets on the top, he didn't come back down. You get someone up, sometimes you can't get them down. Look, I do believe the Thunder will be back and will challenge right back, but don't break anything up for the Thunder, man. A lot of people calling for Chet's head. Don't even think about it. Just get everyone back, get J-Dub back, get AJ Mitchell back, get Thomas Sorba into the rotation. He looks like a gun. We're obviously got some financial constraints going forward with the roster and the budget crunch, but it is what it is. I'm going to be a separate video on what our off-season should look like and what's going to happen. But look, Thunder up. We didn't get our 16 postseason wins. We fell 5 games short, man. 11 wins, 3 wins in the conference final leaves you 1 win short of the championship round, doesn't it? So we didn't get to defend our championship against the Eastern Conference representative in the finals, which sucks, man. It burns like hell, but hopefully that taste of pain for the players is going to bring back some more passion. We'll see what happens, man. But look, it was a great season. SJ's called it a failure. But in essence, it was. You didn't defend your championship, but look, man, you had the best record in the league. You took, a conference final to 7 without your second best player, and then the person that filled in for him, who we're leaning on for a lot of ball carrying and playmaking and scoring as well. We were left with a high and dry. Our depth, many teams would not have been able to, you know, progress as far as we did with those kind of injuries. But we did. We pushed on. It's a credit to our depth. Look, I think there's going to be some smaller moves made. I can't see us bringing the entire roster back. It's just not possible, I don't think. And I think there's some shavings to be made. You know, I'm not going to make a lot of friends with them when I do my next video and say who I think we should cut. But, you know, I'm not looking at Chet or J-Dub. No chance in hell. That you got to stick with them, man. But, yeah, look, congratulations to the Spurs. Go get your championship, man. Go get it, and we'll meet you here. We'll see you here next year, and hopefully we can turn this around. But it is what it is. You beat us, man. No excuses, no referee bullcrap talk, no injury bullcrap talk. You beat us. 7-game series on our home floor. We're going to take our lumps. All we can say is we'll be better for it. And the only scary thing is I know you guys are going to bloody be better for it too. So you've still got 2 teams that haven't even friggin' peaked yet as far as I'm concerned. So this is going to be epic. And I think the gap between the Spurs and the Thunder and the rest of the league is going to widen even further next year, man. And this will be the default NBA Finals likely again next year. But see you again next year, guys. Like, great season, guys. Don't have your heads down too much, Thunder fans. We'll be back, man. We'll be back, man. In Presti we trust. In SGA we trust. J-Dub's coming back for revenge next year. But to the Spurs, look, man, I don't love you, but you beat us. Congratulations on a home floor. Didn't have home court and you beat us, man. So go get your chip, man, and hopefully we'll take it back off you next year. But what can you do, guys? That's life. You don't win every single one, and we didn't win this one, sadly, and my heart kind of still bleeds and breaks, but what are you going to do? Thanks, guys, and thunder up.